Hello, it is Throwback Thursday, August 31st, 2023. Steve Sipress here, and tomorrow marks the anniversary, throwing it all the way back to the year 1850. September 1st, 1850 is the day that Jenny Lind arrived in the U.S. Who's Jenny Lind, you say? Well, then you perhaps are not a student, as you should be if you're a business owner, of the great P.T. Barnum. And I suggest a book to get you started, a fun, very informative read. Joe Vitale, There's a Customer Born Every Minute, P.T. Barnum's Secrets to Business Success. Page turner, informative, and will make you a lot of money for every business owner to learn the business secrets to business success, as Joe Vitale puts it, from P.T. Barnum. But he's well known to be an absolute bombastic promoter, unabashed, and until Jenny Lind, he was known for pretty much lowbrow, the whole circus sideshow type of things, like the bearded lady and the world's fattest man, and Tom Thumb, the 2 foot tall guy that he turned into a singer and a comedian and all that to entertain people. But he was known for all that kind of sideshow stuff. And then it just so happened on a trip to Europe in the summer of 1850, touring the Tom Thumb show, he heard about Jenny Lind, who at the time was the world's #1 opera singer, the Swedish Nightingale, as she was called. And as legend has it, P.T. Barnum did not ever hear her sing one note before he offered her the richest contract at the time in the history of entertainment, $1,000 per show if she agreed to a 150 show tour of the U.S. Now, back then, leaving Europe and coming to the U.S. was a big deal. It wasn't just a few hours on a plane, and not to mention, everyone was like, "What the heck, P.T. Barnum, Mr. Lowbrow sideshow act kind of guy, suddenly going to be promoting as highbrow as it gets, opera, the world's top opera singer?" But he pulled it off. She accepted the deal. In today's dollars, I looked it up. That would be like he paid her $6 million for that 150 show tour. But as word has it, he profited over $500,000 from that tour, which in today's dollars would be over $20 million. So, not a huge big deal. There are entertainers who make now $100 million a year and more. But back then, that was the biggest deal there was. And not only did that make him a lot of money, but since it was Jenny Lind, it elevated him from the sideshow, crass promoter of, hoaxes and nonsense and lowbrow and BS and whatever you want to say, to actually promoting a genuine star, beloved the world over, and the world's top opera star. And apparently, from what I read, September 1st, 1850, tomorrow, throwing it back, the day she arrived in the U.S. was similar to when the Beatles arrived in the U.S. and Beatlemania ensued, and crowds went crazy all over the country, and really changed everything. And that's how the crowds welcomed in Jenny Lind. And also, that set off, talking about influential, that set off an opera craze, an opera wave in the U.S. So without P.T. Barnum bringing Jenny Lind to the U.S., who knows if opera ever, or how much longer it would have taken for opera to become popular here in the U.S. So besides all the famous sideshow stuff and hucksterism that P.T. Barnum is known for, it's actually known for that too. So again, you can say, I don't want to be a huckster. And Steve, why are you recommending a huckster for me to promote my business? Well, P.T. Barnum could promote anything, and his promotion of Jenny Lind proved that. And you, as a business owner, ought to have an idea and really become a student of what P.T. Barnum did. I'm not saying you have to do everything he did, because a lot of it was kind of questionable. However, I am of the school of you can learn from anybody. So even if he did questionable things, doesn't mean I have to do questionable things, but I can learn from them and I can do unquestionable things with integrity that were inspired by things that P.T. Barnum did, and I hope you do as well. And that'll do it for Throwback Thursday, August 31st, 2023. Kevin is here. Thanks. Good seeing you, my man. And, gee, maybe someday we'll celebrate the day that Kevin made his triumphant return to the United States. And that'll do it for today. Thanks for being here, everyone. I'll catch you tomorrow on Foundation Friday. Over and out. Bye-bye.